I'm Owen, and welcome to the third lesson of Breaking Pad. Locks. And today we're just going to be going a little more in depth about what it is that's happening on the inside of a lock when we are actually trying to pick it. And I'll be starting off by showing some demos of some clear and cutaway locks while I'm picking, just so you can kind of get a better idea of what happens when you insert a key or what happens when we're trying to break our way into a lock. And we'll go more into the technique of actually picking a lock and what you're going to be doing and what you're going to be thinking about in a later lesson. But right now we're just trying to set the fundamentals for what happens on the inside of a lock and how can you try to keep that model in your head so you'll always understand what's going on while you're trying to pick it. So first off, we'll be starting with this clear acrylic lock produced by Sparrows Lockpicks. And as you can see, it's the same thing as you'd have with a normal lock, except for it has no actuator back here to actually turn a locking mechanism. But what it does have is a keyway, and the body of the lock, and all of the same pins. As you can see, when the key's in, it's able to turn entirely freely. When the key's out, these pins, they move around and they drop down into the lock. If we're just partially in, we can't turn the key. If it's in a little more, you see those pins pop up as the different tooth heights on the key push them to different heights. And the bottom pins are all cut to different heights so that when the key is into place, they'll lie flat with the top of the cylinder and they'll be able to turn, and these pins will be all at the shear line. When it's not in the right place or you have the wrong key, as you can see here, all of these pins will be at the wrong height because these little teeth will be pushing them to the wrong place. So this is the entire mechanism behind what we're trying to do. When we try to pick a lock, we want to make sure each one of these pins is perfectly at the shear line so we can twist this and open the lock. So we're going to do a little demo of that now with you guys being able to actually see what's going on. So we put our tension wrench in. We're using bottom of the keyway tension right now, and this allows us just to put tension on it and press these pins just a tiny little bit against the side of the lock. And this allows us to get the tension we need to hold the pin up. So we stick the pick in. We're gonna go by feeling each one, feeling which one has a little bit of tension on it that we can push up on, and hopefully get a nice little click out of. Oh, you hear that? That's one click. So we're gonna start again at the front. Can we get anything out of this one? Oh, yes we did. We got a little click. So we're just moving down the lock. Oh, we got a little click out of that one. And it's all in place. That's in place. Oh, that we just pushed a little high up, you see? And that's what's preventing this from opening, because this second pin is too high. So we're just gonna let go of some tension and let that drop back down. Let's see, it's this one in the back. Oh, and now that all of the pins are at the right height, this is able to turn freely. And that's basically the concept of what we're gonna be doing. This is how we pick a lock. I recommend you can order one of these on Amazon with your own starter lock picking set, because it's a great way to start out, because it lets you see what you're doing. And this is how I learned, because if you can understand and see physically what's happening, it gives you the basis so that once you move to a lock that you can't see the inside, you're able to understand, okay, well, when I'm pushing up on this, this is what's actually happening. And when I push up on this, this is what's happening. And it allows you to have a great jumping off point to practice more difficult locks. And the beauty of this is when you are ready to, you can try to pick it without even looking at it. And just pick it absolutely normally and treat it like a normal lock. And that's what I did. When you start getting better, you can begin picking it. And then if you get caught, you can say, okay, I don't know which pin isn't up. You can take a look at it and figure out which pin is currently messing you up and feel around for that and say, okay, that makes sense, and recognize the different feelings that you get when you press up and a pin is in the wrong place. And this allows you to understand everything your pick is doing. Thank you so much for listening to this lesson of Breaking Pad. Locks. Once again, I'd just like to thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to listen to what I'm saying, and I highly recommend that you check out the link section on the page and just see probably like the different locks that we have links to that I recommend to buy. This is a great one. There are brass versions that are a cutaway lock that do the same thing, but they're made of brass. These are both from Sparrows Locks, but there's great ones on Amazon that aren't as high quality, but are a little cheaper if you're looking for a more convenient entry into the hobby. And there are great lock picking sets that you can buy online for a variety of prices, just whatever suits your range. And we'll have links to good examples for each of those, some good starter ones. Because on Amazon, you can spend $10 and get all the picks you need in a clear lock, and you can get to work and then pick up a Master No. 3 real cheap from your local Home Depot or from Amazon, and you can get it to you by the next day. But thank you guys for listening, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. See you later.